Hello everyone, it's an early morning. I'm already out in the fields in my car, and today it's gonna be something different. It's not gonna be a pest control video, but rather a hunting video. Today I'm gonna go for colored doves and hopefully some quails and partridges, as there are a lot of those in the fields around the place where I live. Let's see if we'll have some luck today. But before I had the chance to shoot any game birds, I came across a widespread pest on which there is an open season, meaning it can be hunted throughout the entire year. That's the common magpie. Those birds are very adaptive and intelligent, which makes them a pretty difficult target. And that's just one of the reasons why they are in great numbers in my area. The really bad thing about their behavior, they feed on the eggs and the young ones of smaller songbirds, thus having a huge negative impact on avian biodiversity. Mind you, the idea is not to exterminate the species. In my opinion, that would be insane. The purpose is to reduce their numbers so that smaller birds have a fighting chance. That magpie was just 52 yards away. I'm telling you, some people may consider this a medium distance for an airgun, and it probably is, but it's really close range for a magpie. Usually those birds are very cautious, they would never let you get as close to them. But this one did. May have been a young one. The point is, one magpie down. Oh, that was a beautiful pop when the slug connected with the magpie. I can only hope that the GoPro picked that sound up properly. And talk about properly, magpies are very cautious birds. That's why I decided not to take the time to measure the distance with my laser rangefinder, but rather count on the readings of the parallax wheel of my Vector Optics Continental. And it didn't let me down. Right after I took the shot, on which I adjusted for wind a little, as you could tell, I'm sure. Right after I took the shot, I took my laser rangefinder, measured the distance with it, and it was close to 85 yards. Well, that's something you don't see every day, a feral pigeon on the field. Far from a great shot, of course, because it was a moving target, but I was quick to place a follow-up and not let the bird suffer. Oh, there's gotta be a follow-up. Come to think about it, actually it's not that weird that I saw a feral pigeon in the fields, especially now that the harvest is over. Those of you who have seen the rest of my videos know that this is not the first time that I shot a feral pigeon in the fields. Finally, some doves, and those are very tasty if cooked properly. They're gonna go straight in the pan as soon as I get home, and I'm not sure that my wife is gonna be very happy about it. One thing I'd like to point out is, as you can see, there is no additional moderator mounted on my Huben K1 Lite by the Wolfie Group. This gun is so quiet that it doesn't need one, especially out in the fields, even when it shoots the 38 grain Zan slugs at 920 feet per second. As the day progressed, at around noon, I had another encounter with the black and white menace. My first shot was at approximately 60 yards and resulted in a feather graze only. Luckily for the magpie, it was difficult to estimate or measure the exact distance due to the many twigs and branches in the way. But I did not make the same mistake twice. This was a 76-yard shot. The magpie was up there on that electric pole, and there were 3 or 4 more magpies in the vicinity. Actually, I'm quite surprised that they didn't stick by. Usually when they see a buddy of theirs in trouble, they start making that snapping noise, warning basically every living thing in the vicinity that there is something going on. Smart birds, not easy targets. That's 60 yards. It's a steep incline, hence the hold under. This one is fairly close, about 35 yards. Three doves in a row, and I think I failed to mention the distance on the first shot. It was about 40 yards, so pretty close. But the thing is, sometimes I forget to state the distance before I pull the trigger. I know, yeah, some of you complain about that in the comment section. Please know that it's not on purpose, and every time I do so, I'll try to put the distance with a lower third in the video. That was another moving target. The colored dove made it another 20 yards or so and expired, so there was no need for a follow-up. Later that day, I came across a flock of pheasants. In case you don't know, the Latin name of those birds is Delicious Tasticus. All joke aside, there really is no time to waste with those things. You have to act very quickly, and that's where a semi-auto airgun proves its worth, sending several slugs in quick succession at game which is usually hunted with shotguns. Believe me when I tell you that it's one thing shooting pigeons perching calmly at the same spot for hours, and quite a different story hunting wild game which is always aware and has already detected your presence. Guys, this one was at about 50 yards. I really didn't have the time to measure with the laser rangefinder. Believe me, these birds are not an easy target with an air gun. And I think I hit him somewhere in the lower neck. He went on for a few yards and then he expired. And yeah, I say he because it's a male. But as you can see on the slow motion footage, that was not the case, and it was more like a spine shot. Surely you notice that on almost all of my shots, or maybe all of them, there is the sound of the engine running in the background. There is a good reason for that. I just don't want to waste any time turning the car off and then aiming at my target. There is a lot of things that I have to do by myself as it is. I think I've said it before, measure the distance, adjust the parallax, turn the camera on, safety off on the gun. It's really a lot of stuff. And sometimes I need the engine running so that I can actually move along with the target. Yeah, it's something that needs to be this way, and I hope you don't mind, and I also hope that this thing does not bother you. While moving, my camera just shifted. It's kind of a bumpy ride. At dusk, partridges come out to look for food. Usually they rely on their natural camouflage and pretty often hide in the stubble, as you can see, which makes them an easy target, but only if you spot them. Oh, hello there, this is gonna be another tasty catch. At first I missed. The soft alloy airgun slugs got deflected by the stubble, but the third projectile scored my first partridge kill of a total of 3. Oh, there is one more. I hope the slugs go through all those twigs. The second one was down with the very first shot because this time the slug managed to cut right through those stems. And the third one I hit while it was trying to run away. Again, sorry I had no time to adjust the focus of my scope. You all can see why. These things are masters of disguise. Just look at this. I shot 3 of them and I could hardly locate them. This is one. Number 2 was pretty difficult to find in the stubble. And number 3 somewhere over there, yeah. Beautiful. A mixed bag today. Oh, I think it's gonna be a beautiful sunset. And with the last light of the day, the Huben K1 Lite Warfic Edition 25 caliber and the Zun 38 grain slugs. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was kind of a different, no pest control today, but it was interesting, even though I had to shoot in pretty challenging conditions, very strong winds. Anyway, I hope you liked this episode of the air rifle activities. And of course, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, shoot safe. See you soon.